Alright, what's going on, guys? Boy TG, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we're going to go over the top moments of 2023. So as the year winds down to a close, going to recap some of the best moments that happened this year. Starting off with the NHL's Winter Classic. Pittsburgh Penguins, Boston Bruins. They went at it in this year's NHL Winter Classic, where the Bruins would take a 2-1 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Jake DeBrusk scored the game-winning goal, giving the Bruins a 2-1 lead late in the third period. And the Bruins came out with the win at Fenway Park in the NHL's Winter Classic, which brings me to continue talking about the Bruins. Number two, the Bruins' record-breaking season. So, if you guys don't know, 2022-2023 season, the Bruins finished with 65 wins and broke the record for the NHL's all-time wins by a team in a season. And they also finished with 135 points. So that was an unreal season right there. Unreal 2022-2023 season right there for the Boston Bruins. And they got it done in fashion until the playoffs begun, in which they got eliminated by the Florida Panthers in 7 games. Carter Verhaeghe scored the overtime game-winning goal for the Panthers to advance to the next round. This probably could still be a heartbreaking thing for the Bruins fans, because after you have an unbelievable season and then you came this far just to lose in the first round in 7, that's heartbreaking right there. And also, that was Patrice Bergeron's last year in the NHL, because he's now retired. And that also kind of hurt right there, because Bergeron didn't get the chance to win one more cup. I think he was with the Bruins in that 2011 Stanley Cup run, so he couldn't win one more Stanley Cup. But all in all, he's had a great career in the NHL. He's made 3 Stanley Cup final appearances, one being in 2011. That was the year that the Bruins won the Stanley Cup against the Canucks in 7 games, and then 2013, where the Bruins lost to my Chicago Blackhawks in 6 games. And then 2019, where the Bruins lost to the Blues in 7. So, yeah, he's had an unbelievable career, and I would have liked to see him win one more Stanley Cup, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Going on to number 3 now, and this is probably going to hurt for all Blackhawks fans, including myself. Patrick Kane gets traded to the Rangers. He's currently on the Red Wings right now, but this was during the 2022-2023 season where he played for the Rangers, and I hated to see him go, but he had a great second half of the season with the New York Rangers. They went to the playoffs, and then they got eliminated by the Devils in 7 games. Vladimir Tarasenko was also on that team too. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Last year when Kane did go on the Rangers, I started watching a few Rangers games, mostly because he was on there. And like I said, they added Vladimir Tarasenko at the deadline. So that was also great time to watch some Rangers games. Now, I thought they were going to make a run for the Cup for sure, because at the start of the 2022-2023 season, I did say that the Rangers will be Stanley Cup champions. I know that's aged well, because the Golden Knights won it, but before that season had started, when the Avalanche was still the Stanley Cup champions, I did say that the Rangers will win the Stanley Cup, guaranteed. But then I noticed that they added Patrick Kane, Vladimir Tarasenko, and I thought, okay, getting some good veteranship on the team for the Rangers to go all the way to the Stanley Cup final, because both Patrick Kane and Vladimir Tarasenko are Stanley Cup champions. They know the run that you have to go through to get to the Stanley Cup final. They know what it takes. Kane has won 3 Stanley Cups in Chicago, 2010, 2013, and 2015. That was all during my childhood. And Vladimir Tarasenko winning the Stanley Cup with the St. Louis Blues, that was in 2019. And I ain't gonna lie, I was hoping for the Bruins to win the Stanley Cup that year, because the Blues are rivals of the Blackhawks. So during the 2019 Stanley Cup final, I was cheering for the Bruins to win the Stanley Cup, because, like I said, Blues and Blackhawks rivalry. I'm a Blackhawks fan. Um, so I didn't want to see the Blues win, but they did win. But it was great to see Vladimir Tarasenko as Stanley Cup champion, possibly providing that leadership for some of the other young guys on the team. But unfortunately, they couldn't get it done, and they got eliminated by the Devils in 7. Number 4, Conor McDavid scored 64 goals. So this is the first time in his career that Conor McDavid has reached 60-plus goals. He's currently, I don't know, the Oilers, I don't even know what the Oilers are doing right now, because even though you got McDavid and Draisaitl on the team, that doesn't mean, well, I don't know. But I can tell you this, he's not what he used to be. And I say that because we used to see Conor McDavid lighting the lamp up every night, right? Well, to me, and possibly some other people, that seems to not be the case right here, because the Oilers are a complete joke this year. We all thought coming into the season they were going to do good, right? But it turns out they do terrible. They fire Jay Woodcroft as their head coach. They bring in Chris Blanchard. Hopefully I said that last name right. As you guys don't know, he used to coach Conor McDavid in the OHL before he got drafted to the Oilers. So that was great to see right there. Oilers are doing okay with him, but I still consider them a joke, because I thought they would make the playoffs once again, but it turns out, based on the run that they had and the goaltending, all that situation, they're not doing that great. So, but it was nice to see McDavid score 64 goals and put up 135 points not 135 points, 153 points during the 2022-2023 season. So 150 plus point season, 64 goals, unreal run during that year for Conor McDavid. Number 5, staying north of the border, Maple Leafs win the playoff round. So this is the first time in 19 years that the Toronto Maple Leafs has won the playoff round. They got it done in overtime against the Tampa Bay Lightning in 6 games. John Tavares, the hometown kid, the Leafs captain, who got 1,000 points against his former team, the New York Islanders. He's scored the overtime game-winning goal for the Maple Leafs to go on to the second round for the first time since 2004. And we all know how that ended. It was an overtime loss in Game 5 to the Florida Panthers. Nick Cousins with the game-winning goal. Leafs fans were chanting, "We want Florida. We want Florida." And they got Florida, and they paid the price for it. So be careful what you wish for. And which brings me to the Florida Panthers. They had an unbelievable run to the Stanley Cup Final. This is on number 6 of the top moments of this year. Unbelievable run for the Florida Panthers. It really surprised me. I thought they were going to win the Cup for sure. Since they upset the Boston Bruins, one of the best teams that year in 2022-2023 season. They beat the Bruins in 7. They beat the Leafs in 5. They swept the Hurricanes, and then they reached to the Stanley Cup Final, and they lost to the Vegas Golden Knights. I thought they were going to win it right there, but the Golden Knights, they had other ideas. So, yeah, it is what it is. I would love to have seen the Panthers win the Stanley Cup, mostly because of the Cinderella playoff run that they had, but they came up short, and they lost in Game 5. It was actually 9-3, a 9-3 loss in Game 5. So that was really huge right there. And I think Mark Stone had a hat trick in the game, and that was the first time that I have ever seen somebody score a hat trick in the Stanley Cup Final. I don't know if it's been done before. It probably has, but this is the first time that I have seen somebody score a hat trick in a game, in a clinching game, I would say, of the Stanley Cup Final. Mark Stone, the team captain, with the hat trick. Golden Knights win 9-3. And that was some unbelievable goaltending from Adin Hill, which also reminds me, if you guys don't know, I think it was like in Game 1 of the 2023 Stanley Cup Final, where he made that paddle save, kind of like the Braden Holtby stick save. In Game 2 of the 2018 Stanley Cup Final, Adin Hill did the exact same thing, made the similar stick save I forgot who he did it on, but I just know he did it. Like I said, sort of the same thing that Brady Hope did in the 2018 Stanley Cup Final, but that was great to see too. That probably was another top moment of 2023. Number 7. The Hughes brothers got to play in the same game. So all three of the Hughes brothers, Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes, Quinn Hughes, they all got to play together in the same game. That was great to see. The Devils came out with the 6-5 win. I'm guessing the final score was 6-5. Jesper Bratt scored the game-winning goal. And that was kind of funny because he scored the opening goal and then he scores the game-winning goal. So that was great to see all three of the Hughes brothers play. And Luke and Quinn, they played at the University of Michigan, and I am a huge Michigan Wolverines fan. I love their hockey team, and I'm hoping that they can win another NCAA championship. So that was even great to see. And I watched that game too, mostly because it was the Hughes brothers playing. I love watching all three of the Hughes brothers. They're having solid, good seasons, I would say. I'm hoping Jack can be a candidate for the Hart at the end of the season. But for some reason, I don't know, I don't see it happening. But I'm hoping he can prove me wrong and win the Hart Trophy, because that'll be great to see right there from Jack Hughes. But all in all, love watching the Hughes brothers. They played in the same game. That was totally unreal to see. Probably one of my top moments and best moments of 2023. Number 8, Conor Madar's NHL debut. Blackhawks, Penguins on opening night. Conor Madar playing against his favorite childhood hockey player growing up, Sidney Crosby. That was totally unreal to see. And I think it was referee Kelly Sutherland. I know some of these referees, you guys. I know Kelly Sutherland. I know Wes McCauley. That's probably only the 2 NHL referees I know. But anyway, this is what he said to Sidney Crosby and Conor Madar during opening face-off. Hey, Sid, welcome back for another season. Conor, welcome to the NHL, man. All right, guys, it's showtime. Now, he dropped the puck. That's what he said to Sidney Crosby and Conor Madar right there. Now it's just unreal moment for Conor Madar to play against his favorite hockey player that he grew up watching, Sidney Crosby. I would probably feel the same way. I would probably be like shocked and nervous to play, because my favorite hockey player growing up was Patrick Kane. And if I was playing against Kane, I would feel totally both excited and both nervous. So that's probably what he was feeling when he played against Sidney Crosby in his first game of his NHL career. But he's having a great season, and I think he leads all rookies in point scoring. So he could win the Calder Trophy at the end of the season. Which brings me to number 9 of these top moments of 2023. Conor Madar scored the Michigan goal against the St. Louis Blues, a game that we lost 7-5 because of some bad defense and bad goaltending from Arvid Soderblom. So we had a 5-2 lead in the third period. We went into the third period, we had a 4-2 lead. Nick Foligno's made it 5-2. And then the Blues had other ideas. Brandon Saad, Jake Neighbors, Jordan Kyrou, they all scored those 3 goals to tie the game up at 5. And I think Justin Falk gave them a 6-5 lead. And then I forgot who scored the empty net of that game. But I don't know what to say about the Blackhawks. But it was nice to see. I would have loved to see the Blackhawks win, because one thing is the Blues that we're going up against, and those are our rivals. Another thing, Bedard just hit the Michigan in that game, so I thought maybe the Blackhawks would come away with the win. And Arvid Soderblom was playing great. I gotta admit, I do hate the guy because he keeps costing us games after game after game after game. So I do hate that he's still on the Blackhawks, but I was impressed that he was playing better in the first and second period. Until the third happened, and he just played the way that he usually plays. Keeps costing us games. Mrazek is better than him. But anyway, it was nice to see Bedard hit the Michigan against the Blues. It was great to see him hit the Michigan in general because he tried it in the World Juniors twice, I think, but he failed. And it was nice to see him do it in the NHL. And guess who also hit the Michigan on the same night? You used to him seeing this hit it every single time. Trevor Zegras. He also hit the Michigan on the same night that Bedard hit the Michigan. And that was his first goal. I probably wouldn't say that's his first goal of the season. I don't think that's his first goal of the season. But he's been out for a long time due to an injury, and he hit the Michigan in his return to the lineup. So, like I said, we're using Zegras doing this over and over and over again. But unfortunately, the Ducks lost to the Kraken that game 3-2. But it was nice to see Bedard and Zegras hit the Michigan on the same night. Number 10, the Golden Knights Stanley Cup run. So, going back to the 2023 Stanley Cup Final, unbelievable run for the Golden Knights. This was their second Stanley Cup Final appearance. Of course, the first one was in 2018, where they lost to the Washington Capitals in 5 games. And the Golden Knights had an unbelievable run. It was better than 2018 was. They beat the Jets in 5. They beat the Oilers in 6. They beat the Stars in 6. And then they beat the Panthers in 5 games. So, unbelievable run for the Vegas Golden Knights. And Jonathan Marchessault won the Conn Smythe Trophy that year. And Mark Stone got to lift the Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights. That was an unbelievable run right there. Number 11, Rangers and Devils Playoffs 2023. Now, the Hudson River rivalry. I really love this rivalry. It's probably one of my top 5 favorite rivalries. Of course, number 1 is the Canadiens and Bruins. I love watching those two teams go at it. And I also love watching the Rangers and Devils go at it. And this was the first time since 2012 that these two teams go at it. Of course, you all know that 2012 Eastern Conference Final, how that ended, where Adam Henrique scored the game-winning goal to send the Devils to the 2012 Stanley Cup Final, which they would lose to the LA Kings that year in 6 games. But these same two teams went at it, and it was the Devils coming out with the series win over the New York Rangers. But this time, it wasn't in 6 games like 2012 was. It was in 7 games. But either way, still love watching those two teams go at it. And they proved me wrong with the Rangers not winning the Stanley Cup that year. But like I said, it was nice to see them go at it. And number 12, the NHL AllStar Weekend. So, great weekend overall. We got to see some new stuff that we not used to seeing in the NHL AllStar game. Like, I forgot that event's name, but it was when the players and the people were outside and they were shooting pucks at the target, and then the player sitting on top of the target would fall into the water. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, because I forgot the event name, but it was when the players were shooting pucks at the target, and then once they hit the target, the player that's sitting on top of the water, they would fall in. So that was one I really like to see. And then golf. It was when some of the NHL players were out on the golf field, and I forgot what they were doing, but they were out on the golf field, and they were like shooting golf balls at, I don't know. But I really like that event too. So that was nice to see as well. And we got to see the Tkachuk brothers on the same team. Of course, Matthew Tkachuk on the Florida Panthers and Brady Tkachuk on the Ottawa Senators. So it was nice to see that as well. So great All-Star Weekend in Florida. And I can't wait for the one that's going to be in Toronto this year, and I think they're bringing back the NHL All-Star Draft, and this was the first time since 2015 that they're bringing it back, so that will be nice to see as well. Number 13, Stars scored 2 goals in 11 seconds to win 3-2 against the Nashville Predators. So if you guys didn't see that game, or if you didn't attend that game or watch the game on TV, it was in the third period. Predators were 15 seconds away from winning in regulation against the Dallas Stars until Craig Smith, former Predator, ties the game up at 2. 11 seconds later, Yanni Hakanpää with a booming slap shot gives the Stars a 3-2 lead. Stars walk away with the win. It was basically a Christmas miracle for them as they won 3-2 against the Predators in regulation. So, unreal moment right there. And number 14, and this will be the final one because I know this video is about or past 20 minutes long. Jack Hughes finished the season with 99 points. So 2022-2023 season, he had 99 points in 78 games played. So 43 goals, 56 assists for 99 points right there. Like I said, hopefully he wins the Hart Trophy, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And some other people don't think it's gonna happen, but I hope it does happen. Hopefully he can prove me wrong and can be a candidate for the Hart Trophy and win it. But he just has to continue the way that he's playing and get more pucks to the net and get some apples on the way, dish some assists, so he can be the MVP of his team. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you have anything you want to add to this Top Moments of 2023? I would love to see from you guys. Really makes it more engaging for not only me, but for you guys to engage with me as well, to share your thoughts on what you guys' Top Moments of 2023. And I can't wait for 2024. It's going to be a great year for all hockey fans. Of course, the World Juniors will still go on for that year. Hopefully, Team Canada doesn't repeat as champions because they already won the last two. So hopefully, Team USA comes out with the win. And if you enjoyed this video, hit it with a like, hit it with the subscribe button. Hopefully, you guys had a great Christmas. New Year's on the way, 2024. It's going to be totally different. I will see you guys next time.